Hello there everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to another brand new Let's Play on my channel that I will hopefully finish at some point. So, welcome everybody, welcome to Crusader Kings 2, another one of those wonderful strategy games from Paradox Interactive. Or I guess this is Paradox Development, because this is actually one of the main Paradox games. And Crusader Kings 2 is, well, in the vein of Europa Universalis and Hearts of Iron and Victoria and all those. You take control of a small nation and, well, do what you will with it. There is no objective, really. You make your own goals and all that, so we shall do that. And unlike my sort of kind of abandoned Hearts of Iron 3 Let's Play, I know what I'm doing in this game. Okay, well, for like the most part, let's say like 80% of the game I more or less know, or I figured out fairly well. So, yeah, let's get going. So, I do have all the DLC installed for the game, all of them good things. Most importantly, there's this right here, the Sunset Invasion DLC. That will be, yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna deal with that. Basically what that means is that the Aztecs are going to invade Europe at some point. And I have never actually dealt with that in any of my games. So yes. We also have a Republic, and like Republic is if you want to play the Republics, like Venice and Genoa, and I can't remember what else there is. Sword of Islam are these dudes down here. And Legacy of Rome, the Byzantine Empire. And then there's the Old Gods, which is the most recent DLC, and which is actually what I will be playing. Sorry about like some of the weird frame rate issues. I'm getting this again. I was having this problem with Rogue Legacy, which is kind of why I abandoned that for now. I will be starting that up again when I record it with some better software, and apparently I have the same issue with Crusader Kings 2. Random frame rate drops. I don't know. What the hell, Fraps? Come on, man. Make up your mind. Anyways, let's get going. So, start with Old Gods. And what the Old Gods DLC adds is, gives you a chance to play as any of the pagan countries. So you can play as the Norse countries up here. And then, well, there's certain things that are part of that, which we'll talk about as we get into the game. But... oh, I also wanted to, before we actually get started, I did want to mention that this isn't going to be a continuous LP. I don't know if I'm making sense. Basically, I'm going to be not showing every one of my actions because there are plenty of downtimes in the game. Just like any of the Paradox games, it's not always warfare in action. So there will be downtimes, I'll be cutting stuff out. But, you know, I'll leave all the important events in and I'll talk about things that happen as they happen. And I do like to play these, role-play these games a little bit too, so we'll do some of that. But anyways, let's get going. We start in 867, January 1st. There are some recommended choices here. You can start as King Ivor the Boneless and King Halfdan Whiteshire. These two guys start here in England, or the British Isles. This is King Ivor here. He's got these little darker blue ones, and then Jorvik is Halfdan. And, well, this is the Norse invasion of England. And you can definitely play as those. They start off with some pretty insane forces, especially event forces. Or you can go all the way out east to Holmgarder. I'm going to be terrible at these names, so I do apologize for that. And you can play as this guy here and expand out into modern-day Russia. Or, you know, there's you can play as some of the Catholic countries if you want. You can play as Wessex down here, or what else? Well, I guess that's the only Catholic. Oh no, we have King Charles the Bald. Thought that sold the Bold there for a second, but no, it's the Bald. He's a bald dude. Doesn't look very bald. Anyways, yeah, whatever. You get the idea. You can play as any country in the world, or in this part of the world anyways. But we're not going to play as any of these countries. We're actually going to be playing up here in Scandinavia, because my goal is to form the Scandinavian Empire at some point. reform the pagan religion and, well, try to convert the rest of the world to our wonderful Norse paganism. We'll see what happens there. And, yeah, I don't know how that's going to work, but hey, you know, it's the adventure along the way that matters. And alright, so what do we have for choices out here in Scandinavia? We can play as some of the random high chieftains here. Finland over here. We can play as Sweden. This is Sweden here. It's King Bjorn Ironside, who actually starts in a really strong position. He is currently involved in this war as well, but you don't have to get involved in that at all because Jorvik and Zeeland? No, not Zeeland is down here. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing those right. I'm almost certain I'm not. But King Ivar of Sudreyar, that's what it is. Anyways, yeah, so you can play as him, and he actually starts in a fairly strong position, lots of alliances and decent-sized territory and all that. But I don't want to do that. I want to make it a little bit more difficult, so we're going to play as Ostlandet. And we're going to try to form Norway, and afterwards we'll form Scandinavia. And I believe this dynasty actually is the one that ends up being the most powerful in Scandinavian history, the Yngling dynasty, which we'll leave because our ruler is badass. Alright, well, let's get going. Alright. So I'm not gonna be making a lot of cuts off the start. Obviously, there's a few things I do want to explain as I get going here. But you know, for now, we'll just go with this, and then if there's cuts, there's cuts. I'll probably end up doing roughly like 40-minute sessions, and then compressing that down to about 20 minutes or so. Anyways, we do start with a standing army, which is not actually part of the levies, so they don't cost upkeep. I'm pretty sure they don't cost upkeep, but there's not much of them, so that's kind of poopy. But oh well, what can you do? It's something. Whereas these guys over here started the standing army of like 8,000 dudes, so yeah, that's quite a bit more. Anyway, let's check out our ruler here, who is pretty good all around, military or martial, very, very high, and that is very useful. One unfortunate thing with King Haraldr I, fair hair of Ostlandet, he's super young, first of all, so his vassals might not be super happy with him. What's your problem? Don't you like me? You're envious? Oh, you're envious. Alright, whatever. But he has no heirs, or rather he does have an heir. His heir is just his uncle. And I don't know how I feel about that. I would rather have my own son be my heir. So, make them babies. Make some babies. Unfortunately, she is chaste, which gives her less fertility a month. Oh well. Not much we can do about that. Just gotta hope they pop them out soon before I die. Okay. And first things first, we can hold a great blot. Which... sure, let's do it. It's holding a great blot together with your vassals and offer sacrifice to the gods for good harvest and success on the battlefield. And this can only be done every 9th year. Interesting little event that only the Norse have. Let's do that. Awesome money there. 10,000 summons, and yep. Those who have been baptized or profess to follow the teachings of the prophet will have to offer gold to be exempted from this magnificent feast. I wonder what that means. Oh, I guess if they're Christian, they can't just say no, or Catholic, they have to pay money. That's pretty cool. I don't think I've actually dealt with that because we burn all the heretics. Anyway, summon some dudes through the Great Blot. And next we have to pick an ambition. Very important. We have a few options. You can amass some wealth, which I think is 1,000. Oh, it's only 500 gold. You can become a paragon of virtue, where you need 500 piety. Got all these things up here. Prestige, piety, the mesny size, that's how many territories you can control directly. And gold, and what's that? Well, realm size. That's how big it is overall. And our score, which doesn't really matter. So anyways, let's pick an ambition here. I guess we can also have a son or a daughter, but I don't. Yeah, whatever. I would rather try to become the king of Norway, because this gives me an unlimited use of the subjugation casus belli on any country that is part of Norway, or the de jure kingdom of Norway, which is any of these, pretty much. Any of the ones that are glowing, I can just declare war on and be totally cool with. So, cool. We'll be doing that very soon. We still have a few other things I would like to change here. Check our council real quick. Everyone looks good. The crappy steward. Here, you can be our new steward. And I actually don't want anybody to lead armies that's on my council, because I want them to be doing council work. Ooh, we got a good spy master. Very nice. Alright. So let's get these guys working. Let's improve relations in... Let's do it in the capital. Doesn't really matter. I think I have a few dudes there that aren't happy with me. Yes, where's your thing? Yeah, there's your thing. So hopefully our diplomat will make her happy. Marshal, we'll get him to research military tech here. Talk about tech in a second. The steward, we'll get him to collect taxes because I want money. We'll get our spy master to actually go study technology down here. Because if you look at the tech levels, is there a button here for it? No, the button is up here. So, for example, if you look at tech levels, the stuff that's white is the highest tech level, and then blue and darker is lower tech levels. So we're not doing too great on that front. But you can kind of check it with these. There's got to be a better way. But yeah, basically the Byzantine Empire is really, really advanced. So yeah, we will study their asses. Oh, that sounds wrong. Shipbuilding is pretty good up here, though. Actually, I think we're some of the best shipbuilders in the world. That's good. We'll need those ships when we raid and pillage things. Anyways, we have our guy studying tech there, and he's got a 20% chance yearly of grabbing some tech for us, which is pretty good. And then, oh, you're happier with me now? Oh no, I guess that's somebody else. That's the queen. Oh, that's my wife. Hi, wifey. Oh, you're my seer, huh? Alright. Well, we'll get her to research cultural tech. Oops, too much zooming in there. There we go. You do that. Okay, check out our laws here. We'll leave those as it is. Unfortunately, we cannot change the succession laws until our religion is reformed, for which we need at least 50% moral authority, which we can actually gain fairly easily by conquering these heathens over here. We also need 750 piety, which is not a lot. We'll get that unless we die prematurely, which is very possible. And we need to control at least 3 of the holy sites, which you can check. So religions. We have different religions here. The Norse, Suomensko. That's the Finnish religion, I guess. Slavic, Tengri, Orthodox, and then Catholics everywhere. But then you can also see these white spots here. These are the religious sites. So, yeah, we need to grab those. We need to get at least 3. Basically, that means these 3 right here. Because the other ones are, well, there's one down here, and where's the other one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Zealand? Oh, right, it's over here, isn't it? We're looking back up. Yeah, there it is. That right there. So that's going to be a pain in the butt to get, but we can definitely get these 3 here, because we have to... Are there 2 religious sites there? Oh no, there aren't. I'm just crazy. Anyways, yeah, so we have to form Scandinavia anyways, for which we'll need these 3. So we will work on that. What else do we have? Tech levels. We'll just kind of let these grow as they will. Eventually we'll invest in some points, most importantly being military organization. Because, well, morale is really good and supply limit's good, but the retinue is really what I care about. You can raise your own retinues, and basically what these are standing armies that only cost money when they're being reinforced. And they don't count as levies, so you can declare war while having a massive retinue ready to go, which is pretty sweet. As for economy, we'll probably be doing the infrastructures and cultural. The customs will be okay, it's just a little bit of extra opinion from these guys. But legalism is really where I want to invest a lot of points, because that lowers our penalty for having a short reign, and it also gives us a higher demesne size, which is really good. The more land I control, the less my vassals control, and the easier I can kick their butts when they rebel against me, which they will. Alright, well, I think that's good to go. Right, yes, let's get going. Alright, before we actually unpause the game... Oh my god, the zooming. I changed the zooming options and it's not good anymore. I made it a bit more sensitive and I think it's a bit too sensitive. Anyway, we can start our war. Now, the problem starting with that as Ostlandet, we're kind of in a crappy position. We don't have any allies, or rather, the allies that we have are not useful. One of them being our vassals, so he's already going to be helping us, and the other guy being over here, which is like, thanks dude, you can't do anything for me. So yeah, we're pretty much on our own. Now, the problem with that is, these guys are all allied, and I have, for example, I have the subjugation of Norway option here. I also have a subjugation of, there we go, subjugation of Sweden, which I can only use once. Now, since I have that, that means that they have that as well, and applies for Denmark also, which I can check here. So I can do subjugation of Denmark, but that means they can also do subjugation of Norway on me, and if they do that off the start, that's going to put me in a really rough spot. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Actually, maybe that having that great plot was not a great idea, because I should have saved some money for mercenaries in case I need them. Well, we'll see what happens. Alright. Telemark. Subjugate you now. And we'll raise all our armies, like so. Just get everybody to meet up there. And then it's going to be moments like this where I'm going to be making just small cuts to, you know, not have to deal with wasting time while troops are getting in position and all that.